In an effort to raise money to keep the Salvation Army shelter in Ashland open, we have Dr. Scott Hill, Major Jason Swain, and Sergeant Jacqueline Johnson here. And we appreciate you all for being here.
Yes, thank you guys so much. So to start off, what is the Mission Essential Save Our Shelter campaign all about?
Well, first of all, thank you all very much for having us. We really appreciate it. And the bottom line is the homeless shelter in Ashland is really the only homeless shelter serving our community there. And we've saw expenses go up, and we've saw some grant funding, dry up, and that's created a significant concern. So really what we're doing is we're here today to send out an SOS and say, help us save our shelter. So we appreciate you having us on, so we could let people know that, we'd appreciate, if nothing else, the prayers, just to keep our shelter open. We know that without that emergency shelter being in place, people are going to really be in danger. They really don't have anywhere else to go, and it breaks your heart when you come over there and see and meet a lot of these people. Some of them are just so nice, and friendly, and it breaks your heart to see it.
Now, how long has this shortfall been going on, or is this something that is coming?
Yeah, no, it's been going on for a little while, but it's just been kind of gradual. But some of the funding kind of has been drying up, and some of the expenses up. So Major Swain with me here today, he's done an outstanding job of identifying some things that we can do to reduce those costs. So it's been gradual in some ways, but more significant as of late. But I think we've done a good job of cutting our expenses down. So now what we're asking of our community is, hey, we need your help. And people can't help if they don't know.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you letting us be here. So we would just ask them to pray about that. And like I said, even if they can't give, we appreciate the thoughts and the prayers, because without that shelter, people are in trouble.
And we would love to hear about a story about someone's life who changed because of the shelter in Ashland.
This morning, actually, I stopped over there, and I've been over there several times, and Major Swain's got a quick story. I want him to share it, but I was over there this morning, and I met a man who was 50 years old, and he just recently became homeless. He's never been homeless in his entire life, and here he is with some health issues, due to some unfortunate circumstances, and he's homeless. And when I looked at him and talked to him, what I learned is he's a man a lot like me. These are people just like us that's fallen on some hard times and need some help. And he looked at me and he said, thank you for keeping this shelter open. He said, I don't know what I would do without it. And Major Swain has a great story to share.
Yeah, we have a client who came in. His name is John, and John had some hard times in his life. He had some substance abuse issues, and he went to prison for a time. And when he came out, he had no place to go. He had lost his family, and so he ended up at our shelter. He stayed for his time, and he was able to get himself cleaned up. He's able to find some jobs, and when a position came open at our shelter, he applied, and we thought, well, let's give him a chance. And so now he's one of our shelter monitors, doing well, going to get married soon. He's got his kids back into his life. So he's a real success story. And there was some video here earlier. That was me walking with John. I think there he is, and going in our building there. And he has a great story, and he said without the Salvation Army shelter, he didn't know where he would be and might even possibly be dead.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know, Jacqueline, you're with the Huntington Salvation Army. How is this shelter, and how do you guys work together?
So we collaborate a lot. We're one army, so even though we're just a river away, we're one army. That's our mission field. We all do work together, and so we rally for a lot of causes. But our particular Huntington Corps, we don't have a shelter, so the shelter is a good resource of referral for us. We all the time are referring folks to a place if we don't have the item to help them. But we do have a huge food pantry that operates 3 days a week, very active, and then also a clothing pantry for folks that if they need housewares or if they need stuff for their new apartment, we help them with that. But we have a true need to refer people to them all the time. So.
And real quickly before we go, how can people help?
Well, what we would ask again is for the prayers. That's number one. We appreciate the thoughts and prayers. But number two, I think we have a link, and it's, Save Our Salvation Army, SOS. So we would just encourage people to go out there to that link, to that website, and pray about that and consider giving. So I got the copy of that here. I think we can probably put it up on the screen, but just in case,
Yeah, we can add it to our website too.
Let me read that off. It's ashlandsaveourshelter.org. ashlandsaveourshelter.org. That's the best
There it is,
way.
right there.
Oh, there it is. It's the best way for someone to give would be go to that website and know that when you give, they're giving to really keep that shelter open for the future. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely.
Keep us updated on it.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate you.